Free body diagrams or force diagrams show the forces acting on an object. We have a book lying on the table, an aeroplane, a rock on the floor, a car, and a parachutist. In drawing the free body diagrams, the forces acting on the object should not point into the object. They should always point out from the object. So force B should be lifted and placed here. And force A should be lifted and placed up. The forces should always point out of the object. Now let's start with the book on the table. The book exerts a weight on the table. That weight goes down. And the table exerts a normal force on the book. So this is the normal force from the table, and this is the weight of the book. This is an aeroplane. The engines will produce a thrust force. Then, whilst the aeroplane is moving forward, there will be air resistance in the opposite direction. And then the weight of the aeroplane will be pointing downwards. And the aeroplane will be lifted up. Therefore, there's a lift force here. Here is a stone lying on the floor. The stone exerts a weight on the floor. And the floor exerts a normal force on the stone. Then here is a car. The car will exert a weight on the floor. The floor will as well exert a normal force on the car. If the car is not yet moving, then this will do for the free body diagram. But if the car starts moving, then this will be the force from the engines, and we'll have a little frictional force here. Here's a parachutist. As a parachutist falls to the earth, there will be weight exerted downwards, and the air resistance will push the parachutist upwards. So this is air resistance, and this is weight. All these blue dots show the center of gravity of the object. That is the point where all the forces seem to act. So in other words, you can just take off every other thing, leaving the center of gravity and the forces.